Electric water heaters are pretty reliable until they stop heating water. But you can easily troubleshoot it yourself if you have a basic multimeter like this. And if you have the one with a clamp, that's even better for checking electrical current. But first, turn off the water heater at the breaker. With the power off, unscrew the top panel and remove the insulation. Repeat the same with the bottom panel. Unscrew and remove the insulation. This plastic shield was supposed to be covering the wires for your protection, but for some reason it came off with the insulation. But I will have to remove it anyway for troubleshooting purposes and do the same on the top. If your water heater is not heating at all, check this reset button if it popped up. Then you may need just to press it back down. But if it's already flat, you need to start troubleshooting with the power on. And if you're not comfortable with that, I will do some tests without power at the end of this video. Now get your multimeter and set it to volts AC. It's the letter V with the single squiggly line. And go above 200 volts. That would be 600 in my case. And I will stick it to the heater so you can see what's going on. The power to the water heater comes in from the very top on the red and black wires. So you should have more than 200 volts on the top two screws. If you see less than 200 or nothing at all, you may have a problem with the breaker or the wiring between the breaker and the water heater. I have about 210 volts and that voltage is supposed to go through this black thermostat down to the heating element. And I should have exactly the same voltage as on the top. But I see absolutely nothing. And that could mean a bad thermostat. But first, you want to make sure that the thermostat is set at around 125 degrees or maybe slightly higher. I would actually go much higher just for this test and then return it back down to 125. And the popping sound was the thermostat activating itself. And now it should give me the same 210 volts at the heating element. And I got it. And that means the top thermostat is good. However, it does not mean the heating element itself is good. To verify that it actually works, the best way would be with a clamp meter. And if you don't have it, you can do a resistance check, which I will do later on anyway. I got my clamp meter set on amperage, and I need to clamp it around one of the wires sticking out from the heating element. And it's showing about 16.8 amps going through this element, which is kind of low, but let's say good enough for this old heater. However, if it was close to 0 amps, that would mean a bad heating element. And at this point, I know for sure that the top element and the thermostat are good. And to check the lower portion of this water heater, I will need to turn off this thermostat by decreasing the temperature to the lowest setting and increase the temperature on the bottom thermostat. Turn it as high as possible just for the test, so the full power can go to the bottom element, because the voltage can go to just one of them, either the top or the bottom heating element. And now I should see the same 210 volts at the bottom heating element. But if you see nothing, only zeros, the bottom thermostat is probably bad. But since I have 210 volts, that means my thermostat is good. But once again, it does not mean the heating element itself is good. And to verify that the heating element is capable of working, I will attach the clamp meter to one of the wires, and I should see the same 16 plus amps flowing through the bottom heating element as well. But all I see is a 0.0 something, which basically means is nothing. So the bottom heating element is bad. And if you don't have a clamp meter like this, you can do a resistance check, but turn the power off first. Now verify that the power is gone. I used to have 210 volts here, and now I have zeros. So it's safe to work without any electricity. Now unscrew at least one of the wires from the heating element to get a correct resistance check. Switch your multimeter to ohms of resistance and go to the lowest setting you have, 200 in my case. Place the leads on the same two screws where you did the voltage test, and you should have around 15 to 18 ohms of resistance. But the screen on mine is not even changing. Now let's try the upper element as well. Unscrew one of the wires and place your leads on top of two screws. And here I have about 12 ohms of resistance, which is kinda low, but still in working condition. Now let's double check the lower element, and I still see nothing. The contact is good, but the screen is not changing. Double check the upper element, and I got 12 ohms. So the lower heating element is definitely bad and needs to be replaced, which I may do in the next video. But for now, if you found this video informative, hit the like button, and thanks for watching.